O Grande Arraial já começou oficialmente aqui na Costa Avenue, na cidade baleeira, e o quanto foi simbólico ver a imagem de Santo António de Lisboa a passar pelo recinto. Santo António que vai ser celebrado na capital portuguesa dentro de alguns dias, com muita animação, sardinha, marchas populares, e é um pouco do que vamos viver ao longo deste fim de semana aqui na cidade de New Bedford. Portanto, muito obrigado à Igreja de Santo António, ao Padre Murphy, por ter cedido durante estes momentos a imagem de Santo António de Lisboa aqui para esta grande festa. Para dar início aqui aos festejos, vamos ouvir a interpretação dos hinos nacionais de Portugal e dos Estados Unidos, começando com a portuguesa. What a great job. Thank you very much, Banda Senhor da Pedra, for your continued dedication to our culture and to our community. The entire community appreciates your dedication in preserving our rich culture here in the city of New Bedford. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, I think it fitting, and before we call up the president of the festival, to recognize every one of these committee members dressed in red. They worked tirelessly during various months to pull all of this together. Fundraising efforts, and then during this weekend they're here giving their time voluntarily to preserve the culture, because they're all proud of being Portuguese, as we should all be. So let's give them a great round of applause for all of their hard work and dedication, not only during the 3-4 days of this event here in the beginning of June, but throughout the months leading up to this great event. And every great group needs a great leader, and they have found one 7 times in Carlos Pinhaços, the President of Day of Portugal 2016.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the people that you see in front of you, I want to thank you all for being here and participating, because without your support, this couldn't happen. We could plan the best feast in the world, but if you're not here, it's really not a feast. And for that, I thank you. Now, I'd also like to thank some of the people that are standing behind me. Mayor John Mitchell and all his city officials, all the city departments that have worked very diligently and patiently with us to make things happen. So thank you very much for all your support. Second, there's a list that is probably a mile long that I won't have time to mention everyone, okay? It takes a lot of participation from everyone. The police department, the fire department, the city council that's behind me. There are numerous amount of people that do a little thing, and that little thing makes this whole festivity come together, okay? Everybody has to pitch in to make it happen. Senhora da Pedra, thank you very much. You're always there for us. You do a great job. I thank you. I want to acknowledge a couple of people on our committee. I have Mike Kudo at the end. He lived here all week. He's the one that's the leader for setting up. Joe Aguirre, my vice president. Angela Amaral, senior advisor. Lucilia. I have Maria Dulce is our secretary. Mr. Pereira is just our senior. He puts on a great show, and if you'd like some sardinhas, come back. He's the chair of the sardinhas here, so, okay? I have Maria Tomazia, Carlitos, Connie Mimoso, who takes care of the 5K road race on Sunday. I have Eddie Correa, another vice president, and I have Maria Santos at the end that takes care of the carnival. One person that's not here, I'm sorry, Lourdes. Sorry. We also are missing Joe Pereira, who takes care of the golf tournament. That is one of our major fundraisers for this committee. Also, just keep in mind that every little bit that you can do for us, we'd appreciate it. We thank you for all the help. One person that's not in the front line here, but he's been here probably the last 48 hours, Peter Carrero. Can you please raise your hand? He's the man that set it all up, okay? There he is right there. If you need to talk to him, he'll be here Monday morning around 2:30 taking it all down with us, so thank you very much. Again, thanks again for all your help. Please come enjoy the festivities all weekend, and we hope to see you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Carlos, for all of your work and dedication to our culture. And obviously, a great undertaking like this wouldn't be possible without the city's support, and not only of its residents, but the city's leader. So I'd like to call up to the microphone a great friend of the Day of Portugal festivities, the Mayor of New Bedford, John Mitchell.
Whole time. Just want to make sure everybody's awake. So listen, I'm here just because I'm such a big fan of the event. I'm a big fan of sardinhas and malasadas, more than I care to admit. But it's wonderful to come out every year because this is such an authentic celebration of Portuguese culture, and I really want to commend the Day of Portugal Committee and Carlos in particular for all of your work. People need to know, and I know if you're standing here, you know this. I want folks on TV in particular to know that this is a labor of love, but there's a lot of love, but there's also a lot of labor. It takes months and months of planning and hard work to put this all together, and to pull it off. For people to have fun for 3 or 4 days takes really a real devotion and commitment to the cause, and the cause is an important one. Perpetuating Portuguese culture right here in the capital of the Portuguese community is important for our Portuguese community, but it's also important for our city. And I'm so grateful for all the people who've stepped up reliably year after year to make that happen. So Carlos and the whole committee, I really want to say thanks. I want to say thanks, by the way, of course, to the Senhor de Pedro Band. You guys are here every year. You guys are so reliable and play great music. I really appreciate your taking time out of your day to make that happen. But have fun tonight. Have fun this weekend. This is a great, safe event. We have to continue to spread the word. This is a great place to be if you just want to enjoy a slice of Portuguese life here in New Bedford, or in my case, a whole lot of food. Thanks, everybody.
Obrigado. Vamos celebrar este dia da nossa cultura, nossa celebração, as nossas contribuições, o nosso sucesso neste país, e temos muitos sucessos. Um deles vou salientar: o nosso chefe da polícia hoje é New Bedford, também é luso-americano, nascido dos Açores, veio para aqui de criança. O nosso chefe da polícia, o João Cordeiro, não é? Portanto, não é só celebrar os nossos sacrifícios, os nossos desafios, mas é bom sabermos celebrar os nossos sucessos. E o João Cordeiro, chefe da polícia, significa parte do nosso sucesso como comunidade. Portanto, um grande obrigado. Viva a New Bedford, viva Portugal. Let's have fun this weekend.
Thank you, Representative Cabral. I'd like to recognize the city councilors on stage, and one of these city councilors will be speaking on behalf of the entire council. But we have with us Councillor Naomi Carney, Councillor Ian Abreu, and to speak on behalf of the City Council, a gentleman who was recognized this week during the Day of Portugal festivities at the State House in Boston for all of his great contributions to the community. It's my honor and pleasure to introduce to you Councillor Stephen Martins.
Boa tarde. Thank you, Ricardo, and thank you to Mr. Chairman behind me for nominating me. But those are very strong words that were said by Carlos, the Feast President, our Mayor, our good State Rep, Tony Cabral. And I just want to follow, on behalf of Councillor Abreu, Councillor Carney, and myself, what was said, but try not to repeat. But it's important for us to always recognize the Day of Portugal Feast Committee, who not only work just throughout this weekend, but work day in and day out, 365 days a year to make this festival possible. And it's very hard. It's very hard to raise the funds to make this every single year possible. This is the 19th annual, and it's going very strong. And they deserve a lot of credit to making sure that our Portuguese culture and heritage is well represented right here in the city of New Bedford, and they do a great job of that. And all of us share a story of what the Portuguese culture means to us. To me, personally, and to members of the City Council, when we look at the Junho de the band, it reminds us, when we look at this band, of all different age groups, especially the young people who are playing in this band. To our Portuguese culture, again, everyone has an important story about how they got here, about the challenges, as State Representative Tony Cabral has said. It is our young people that we're going to look at to be the volunteers for the Day of Portugal Committee. It is our young people that we're going to look at to pass on the important traditions and values of our Portuguese culture that our fathers, our mothers, our grandfathers, our grandmothers, our ancestors have worked so hard to make this culture of what it is today, for the better opportunities from our culture.
Também para concluir que a minha experiência aqui como cônsul de Portugal nos últimos 3 anos tem sido extraordinária. Eu tenho podido verificar a dinâmica e a força e o carisma da comunidade portuguesa nesta região. Tem sido uma experiência para mim e para a minha família muito forte e muito intensa. E ver como a comunidade portuguesa marcou e marca New Bedford e a região é a prova da força e do caráter dos portugueses. E no dia 2, no dia de Portugal, em que temos a bandeira de Portugal aqui e a bandeira dos Estados Unidos ao lado, é o dia em que celebramos estes valores comuns, valores que Portugal e a América celebram. E hoje, no dia de Portugal, todos nós, americanos, portugueses, todos nós somos portugueses neste dia. E, portanto, pensando nisso e pensando na força que esta simbologia das bandeiras, dos hinos, destas celebrações têm, eu gostava que pensassem em Portugal, nos portugueses, nos vossos antepassados, nos antepassados que vieram para este país para ter uma vida melhor. Muito obrigado, um excelente dia de Portugal, umas grandes celebrações, divirtam-se e viva Portugal. Muito obrigado.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the Feast President, Carlos Pinhaços, mentioned earlier, a lot of support is needed for these festivities to become a success and to happen here on the Avenue. Obviously, we couldn't go without a big thank you to many of the committees, the subcommittees that organized events such as the golf tournament, the road race, and the soccer committee. Perfect weather this year permitted for these events to be a success, and their success is also this festival's success. So a great round of applause for all of the support and the hard work in putting those events together. Now to perform, I believe, two numbers, we will have the Sociedade Filarmónica Senhora da Pedra. So please stick around, listen to their great talent, youngsters, veterans all coming together for the common cause, which is our great culture. We'll listen to this music, and in just a few minutes, the official festivities will begin.